Welcome back to the Pacific Office Automation post-game scoreboard show. Ryan Buckley, Will Ortner, Jordan Schultz here with you. And a lot being made of the Tez Johnson injury today, and rightly so. Maybe the most productive player on the offensive side of the ball besides Dylan Gabriel. Tez Johnson goes down with an apparent shoulder injury early in the game. But I feel like we all here, and the people we've talked to tonight, feel really solid about the group that we have picking up the slack there. One of those players picking up the slack, who picked up the slack early in this game, was Evan Stewart. He made a big, he got credit for a big touchdown catch early in this one, but a funny game for Evan Stewart because he made the most incredible one-handed back of the end zone, make Garrett Wilson impressed type catch that did not count because of an illegal man downfield, and yet he gets credit for a touchdown today for making what looked like a great catch that definitely hit the turf.
How does this keep happening? Like, this happened in the NFL with the Seahawks and, was it the Seahawks and 49ers on Thursday night?
Yeah,
How do we have better angles and can get those angles quicker as TV viewers than they can at the Big Ten offices? How does this happen? That should have been, like, look, as someone who is joining Schultz, he is an Oregon 14.5 better.
I'm
literally very happy about the catch and that it counting, but I feel like the more and more that I watch college football this year, and it's not just the Big Ten, but officiating's been down across the board in college football.
I mean, it makes up for that call that Oregon didn't get against Ohio State, right? With the pick that should have been a pick but wasn't.
Yeah, at least. I mean,
I feel like it's a more worrisome trend.
Yeah, I hear that.
That's the thing is, especially on touchdowns, which are, I thought every touchdown got reviewed. Maybe that's just an NFL thing, but
they do.
I don't get how one look at that wouldn't, one of the right looks at that wouldn't have instantly made Oregon run another play.
And it's obvious, too. It was right. And I mean, if you really think about it, that's a huge play. That was third down. Does Oregon go for it, or does Oregon kick a field goal there? Like, that's the difference between literally going up 7-0 and 3-0. If you're up 7-0, Michigan has to change a little bit so that they make sure they get points on their next drive. If you go up 3-0, does Michigan really even have to change their game plan? They might continue to go through their scripted plays.
Yeah.
So it is a big deal, and if I was a Michigan fan, I'd be upset.
Now we've talked about the Tez Johnson injury, the Marcus Harper injury. If you're just joining us, Tez Johnson, a shoulder injury. He left the game, came back in street clothes with a sling, and then Marcus Harper late in the game had something happen to his knee. He had ice on that. We don't have a status report on either of those, but one really positive thing that happened today is we got the return of both Jordan Birch and Terrence Ferguson. Birch contributing 3 tackles, Ferguson catching a couple balls, and then also nearly having another at the sideline. He couldn't get his foot in, but really good to get those guys back for the stretch run, especially as you're losing a couple other key players.
Yeah. With Jordan Birch, I was actually pretty happy with how he looked. I know that he didn't get after the passer. Like, you're bringing Jordan Birch back. That's your premier defensive end. He was getting after the passer. He had 5 sacks before he gets hurt. He then misses 3 games. You get him back. You want him to come in and have a sack right away. I didn't expect that, especially I know that they kind of kept it under lock and key. He had a lower leg injury.
Yeah.
So how explosive is he going to be? You brought him back for the Michigan game. Hopefully that allows him to knock the rust off. I don't expect to see Jordan Birch return to early season form until about the Wisconsin game, for me personally. So to see him out there, I think that's more of a good thing for the morale of everyone and to get him ready. But the truth of the matter is he needs to be ready by the time you get ready to go on your final run of UW, hopefully a Big Ten championship game, and then the playoffs.
Yeah.
When it came to Terrence Ferguson, I clearly don't understand how an appendectomy works. Like, I knew that he was
I've
going
had
to
one,
miss.
man. It's I'm stunned that
How is that not a season ender?
Oh, so
They removed an organ from your body.
yeah, it's so
and you came out and played.
it's really small. I mean, having had one, like I
Small organ.
couldn't I couldn't do anything
Sorry,
for like
Ferguson.
3 or 4 days afterwards. But then like I didn't think about doing anything athletic for like a month,
Right.
maybe. And I'm like, so, but this guy, and it's in your abdomen, so it's
Yes.
like, I mean, you're gonna get hit there. It's like, and I can't imagine that's comfortable. So I don't know what kind of meds they've got for him, but I'm very impressed at the essential warrior status of Ferguson. Not because I didn't think he was already a badass. He's an absolute beast. But
No, and he was awesome in this game. Both of his catches were huge for you. They were in big moments.
Yep.
He almost scores. But my question again is like, I'm not a doctor. I was really bad at the science classes that I took at Central, but when Gary Payton II had an owie in his core, he was out for months. When Jadeveon Clowney tore a muscle in his core, he was out for months. Quinn Ewers tore his oblique. And I understand that these are muscles, but he literally had an organ taken out of him. How are you able to return in 2 games? And then contribute at a high level like Terrence Ferguson is doing. The guy he's a warrior.
Yeah, I'm just looking online. According to Dr. Google, it says full recovery usually takes about 6 weeks from a removed appendix. Like, I get that these guys are, top of the line
and
athletes,
built different and all that, but still, even if it's minimally invasive, it's an invasive procedure.
Maybe it's because he's so young. Maybe because he's 22 and in such good shape. Just with a couple of who knows what they're giving him.
Wow.
Maybe all of that combined.
Maybe it's magical ginger healing powers. I don't know.
Ginger healing powers.
Where are those? Wait a minute. I want those.
I mean,
I'm a ginger.
Yeah, my brother is too. It's all in the family, man.
Wait a minute.